Hello everyone, hope you all are good and be happy always. Once again, welcome to Shachi's Academy, and today we will discuss in this part process of business communication. See, we are completing our syllabus, so we are posting videos on business communication. That is for BBA people and BCA as well. That is similar to everyone normally, apart from 2-3 cases. Okay, 2-3 topics. So that is similar to for everyone. So BCA people can also go through these videos and understand the topics nicely. Okay, so let's start with the process of business communication. See, process of business communication is very important because we go through communication process on everyday basis, on regular basis, and with varied amount of people, with numerous people in our business activity, maybe at our homes, maybe in market and everywhere. But for any type of business, this process of communication is really very important. Why? Because the production and the profit that organization gains by selling its commodities all depends on perfect type of business communication. So do you know what is business communication? We have already discussed business communication, that is done for any type of business activity, that is for done for economic gain, etc. So production activity, maybe there selling activity, maybe there transportation, all these are business activities, and the communication that takes place pertaining to all these activities is known as business communication between different organizations, between different departments, between departments and government, and different governments, and everywhere this communication goes on. That is very important. Let's discuss it. The process of communication has to go through 6 phases when we get the final feedback from any person. So what are these phases? Number 1 is phase 1. For phase 1 I have written P1. Okay, so P1, that is phase 1. Sandra has an idea. When we start our communication, we have an idea in our mind. Take for example, I am your faculty. I may say that I will take your test tomorrow. Okay, so I am writing this sentence. I will take test in communication, you can say communication tomorrow. Okay, so this is there, this is sentence. I am giving you a test. Be prepared, people. Okay, so this is a sentence and I have an idea, but this sentence, before reaching my words on my tongue, it has crossed what phases? 2 phases. Sender has an idea and sender encodes the message. Okay, so here I was having an idea that I will take your test. So that is my idea, and now I am encoding it. I encoded this idea into this form. Okay, I will take test in a communication tomorrow. So this is the language I am using, and sender transmits message. So the third step is your phase 3 is your I will take your test. I am transmitting that message to you people. You are my students, so I am saying I will take your test. So this is transmission when I am telling you. Okay, then receiver gets message. You are listening that message then, and then receiver decodes that message. Decodes means that is understanding that message, absorbing that message, and finally receiver sends feedback. So what is the part of receiver over here? Receiver gets message, he is listening. Okay, receiver decodes message. After listening, that message will reach his brain, and he will decode, or she will decode that message. So what this teacher is saying, a ma'am is saying, then receiver sends feedback, and in response to this statement of mine, you may say, no ma'am, don't take test tomorrow, or you may say, okay ma'am, we will give you a test tomorrow, but don't take it day after tomorrow, and what units are coming for test, and what will be the duration of test, in which period you will take, or you may say how many marks it will consist of. So these are the questions that will come to your mind after getting this message, and you will ask this question. So when you are asking these questions, that means that is feedback. Your questions or your nod, and you can just nod, okay ma'am, you can just nod your head, or you may say, okay ma'am, this verbally you can say, or anything like that you can say. Okay, so receiver sends feedback. So these are the 6 phases, and we have framed a code for that. IET RDF. So okay, for IET you can say IIT. Okay, in place of one I we have written E, and RDF in place of RDX we have written RDF, right? So here we can say number 1 is your there's some mistake actually. Okay, receive decode feedback. This is not. Yes, it is there. I have written one thing. Idea. Idea is there. Okay, IET, idea, encode, transmit. What is that? Idea, encode, transmit here. This idea, encode, transmit is the code. Then R, receiver gets the message, received by message, received, decodes and feedback. Received, decodes and feedback, the RDF. So in this manner you can learn this 6 phases very easily. So IET RDF is your code for that 6 phases. And now we will understand these 6 phases in detail and really nicely. Now, number 1, sender has an idea. Just now I told you, sender has some idea that what I need to tell someone, what I need to be done by someone, that idea is there in his brain. And now what he will do or she will do, he or she will encode that idea in form of different words. Now what are the steps? Message form. What would be this form of message? It may be a word like sentence or anything. That means verbal. Okay, sentence words can be used for that, maybe written form or maybe in form of your oral words. Then facial expressions. In place of writing any word, you can use facial expressions also, but I can't use those facial expressions right now because I am giving you a test. I can't say in what manner I will take your test. I don't know, through these gestures. So right now we can't say facial expression, but of course you can say that if you can say that no ma'am, so for no you can say, students can nod their heads and say no, we are not going to give you test tomorrow. Or if you say no, I'll say yes. That can be used. Okay. And gestures, students may say that means they are not happy if I'm taking the test tomorrow. So these are the gestures that can be used. Then length, organization, tone and style. All length, what is the length of that message? That has to be decided, that has to be encoded over here. That the message can't run into an essay, you know, I'm just asking for a test. So I can't say a test is a very important thing, this has to be taken and all. So that doesn't have to be very lengthy. So length has to be taken into consideration before encoding any message. Organization of that length should be very important. How? Because if I'm jumbling up the words, whatever I mean to say, then that sentence will not make any sense. Then tone is very important. If I'm saying in authoritative manner, see, I'm your teacher, I can use some authority over you or order type of sense with you. But people who are working under their boss, if you are my boss, I can't say I will take your test. Okay, so can I take your test? That my tone will be different then. Okay, if that my boss of mine is learning some language from me, or maybe Hindi, maybe English, or I don't know any other language anyway. Okay, so tone has to be different with different people. With the kid, you will say, "Beta, I will take your test tomorrow." That has to be tone. Okay, then style. All style, that means the overall construction of the sentence can be taken to consideration. Then depends on your idea. What is your idea? And to whom you have to share that idea, with whom you have to share that idea, that is very important. Your idea, my idea was what? To take test of my people, my students. Then audience, you are learned people, you are learning something, you know language, so I can use English language with you people. Secondly, I can take your test, but can I take test of a farmer? Can I speak to him? Normally I can't use English language in India for farmers. And they most of them are educated, I can say they are educated, but still we will not be using English language or test or type of thing. Okay, so personal style, my personal style may define or may decide what type of sentence I am using. And then mood, my mood may also decide. If your teacher is angry, I'll take your test tomorrow, be prepared for that, I can say that. If I'm very happy, okay children, I'll take your test tomorrow, so be prepared for that. That is the two modes of communication we can use. Then P3, what is phase 3? Sender transmits the message. I'm your sender right here. I'm the sender of the message and I will transmit that message. I'm transmitting. Then communication channel will be used. What is communication channel? This is CVN I have written. Why I have written CVN? CVV number normally used in your ATM cards and all. That's how you can remember this. CVN. Cabin, 7, whatever you want to say. Okay. Communication channel. What is consist of? Verbal, non-verbal. Verbal, non-verbal. That's why I have written CVN. Verbal, non-verbal. Okay. And never mistake this with your medium. communication channel are only verbal and non-verbal. Mediums are different modes, like your telephone, your pager are not no more used. Videos, I am making videos for you people. The written emails, Gmail, whatever you are using, that may be a communication channel. Sorry, communication medium. Channel is verbal, non-verbal. CVN. Always remember channel. C for channel, V for verbal, N for non-verbal. Then medium. Medium is very important. Telephone, letter, memo, email, report, and face-to-face exchange. That can be used as a medium of telling something, or just exchanging your ideas, or just communicating with people. Okay. Then note, the choice of channel and medium depends on what? Your message, audience, location, need for speed, and level of formality. Audience. If your audience is little children, you will have to use different medium and channel, right? Take for example, when we want to show happiness to children, very small children, then we will make a smiley. On burger tikkies also, restaurants also, they make a smiley for small children. Okay, so smiley is to communicate happiness to people and to cheer them up, children. And we may use different kind of tone also with children. Then audience depends, and your audience is literate, illiterate, etc., and the language they are using. See, for example, if I go to Bengal, if I go to America, I'll have to really communicate in English only. But if I go to Bengal in India, I'll have to, most probably I need some Bangla sense to communicate in Bengali, and Kerala I need to use Malayalam. So that is the case. The language also is different in different places, so that you have to keep in mind. Then location. Location is very important. If a person is just standing beside me, I can just show my unhappiness, happiness, or whatever I want to say through face-to-face communication. But if a person is sitting in Australia, I'll have to Skype that person. I'll have to FaceTime, or talk on a WhatsApp call or anything like that. I'll have to use some mode of like that. And channel also may be different. The need for speed. If I instantly want to send some message to anyone, so I'll have to communicate through a channel and medium that is very speedy, and level of formality. See, I just now told you, with boss you will have to communicate in a formal manner, but with your colleague or with your subordinate, your tone and your communication channel may be different. You can scold your employee, but you can't scold your boss, right? And that channel and medium is also different. So level of formality, you can ask your employee to get out, or for some, you can say your employee that I will not come to office tomorrow, but can you say to your boss that I am not going to come to your office tomorrow? Yes, you will just write an application for leave, and then you will ask for leave for 1 day with your boss. Okay, then phase 4 is receiver gets the message. Now you have transmitted the message in phase 3, and now your receiver is getting message. You are the receivers right here. You are my students. My college students are there with me right now. So you are my students, so you are the receiver of message. And then what you will do, you will either listen or understand the message, or you will read and listen. There are two modes. You will either read or listen. Okay, then you will understand that message, and now decodes. You will understand and listen that message, and then you will decode that message, that what madam is asking us to do. I asked you what? I asked you to give test tomorrow. I need a test from you people tomorrow to be given by you. So that is my message, and you are decoding it. If you are unable to decode that message in that sense, then that's a failure. Our communication would be a failure. Now interprets the same meaning. See, if a person is interpreting, that means if a receiver is interpreting the message in same manner, whatever I have said, then that's a successful message. Transmission is successful. Otherwise, he will give a different feedback. Okay, now comes the feedback. If decoding is proper, now, if receiver decodes the message properly, he will give you the feedback, the desired feedback. What is the desired feedback over here? Okay, nod, yes or no. If I am asking you, I will take your test tomorrow, you may either say yes or no. You can use any mode or channel, okay, medium or channel, okay. So if you may nod, that is your non-verbal communication channel. Channels are what? Verbal and non-verbal. Okay, so you can say no ma'am, you can use verbal channel, and through your WhatsApp message you can say, so that is the medium of your saying the message. So that's clear, I hope. So we will once again revise. What are the different phases? Now, these are the idea, encode, transmit, receive, decode and feedback. That is IET RDF. Simple process of communication, IET RDF. Then these are the explanations. You may take a screenshot of this portion and be happy always. And I hope you understood this topic, and thank you so much for being with me and being patient with me. I explain things very quickly, so I'm sorry for that still. But anyway, your videos need to be really short to understand them properly and save your data also. Okay, thank you so much. Take care.